My dear friends, what if I told you one shift, not force, not revenge, not silence from pain, but one conscious shift could silence every toxic person in your life forever? This isn't a trick. It's the transformation that will set you free. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll no longer react, you'll rise. Have you ever wondered why some people drain your energy even when you do nothing to deserve it? Why your silence, kindness, and patience are often mistaken for weakness? The reason is simple yet profound. Somewhere deep inside, you are still giving them permission. You are energetically allowing them into your sacred space. But that ends now. Let me share something that may feel uncomfortable but is utterly liberating. Toxic people only affect you as long as you remain energetically accessible. They sense your unhealed wounds, they pick up on your need for approval, your silent yearning to be accepted, understood, or validated. And like predators drawn to vulnerability, they move in, not because you are weak, but because you are open. But imagine this. What if you close that door? Not with anger, not with confrontation, but with stillness, awareness, and absolute certainty in your worth. Imagine if your peace became a fortress so impenetrable that nothing outside could rattle it. That's the shift. That's the liberation. The illusion of control. Toxic people don't want your love. They want your reaction. They thrive on your emotional responses because it gives them power. The moment you get upset, defend, explain, or seek to correct them, you've given them what they want. Your energy. The solution is not to scream louder. It's to get quieter. Still, rooted, unshakable. When you stop explaining yourself, when you no longer need to defend your silence, when you no longer seek their understanding, they lose access. You starve their control. You exit their emotional playground. This isn't about arrogance or indifference. It's about choosing your peace over your pride, your energy over your ego. It's about realizing that you were not born to carry everyone's projections. Purify your inner world. Here's a hard truth. External chaos is often a reflection of internal clutter. The way you respond to the world reveals what you're still healing inside. People may treat you poorly, but the real pain comes from your belief that you somehow deserve it. Let go of that lie. You are not here to fix others. You are not responsible for carrying their insecurities, anger, jealousy, or shame. You are only responsible for your own inner space, your sanctuary. Make it sacred. Meditate. Reflect. Observe. Heal the parts of you that crave validation from people who disrespect you. Cleanse yourself from the inside out. Your silence should not be filled with pain. It should be filled with power. The art of sacred stillness. In the Shaolin tradition, they say a strong body protects you, but a still mind frees you. True silence is not about the absence of sound. It's about the presence of clarity. When toxic people speak with venom, listen like a mountain. When they shame you, stand like the sky. When they provoke you, breathe like the ocean. Unmoved, deep, infinite. They will try everything to get a reaction. Insults, manipulation, guilt, flattery. But when none of it moves you, they are left with themselves. And that, my friends, is their greatest fear. Toxic people need your emotional participation to survive. When you do not engage, they are forced to confront the emptiness within themselves. You become a mirror. And in that mirror, they see what they can no longer control. That is the shift. That is the silent revolution. Let go of the fantasy. Many of us hold on to the secret hope that if we're kind enough, patient enough, loving enough, the toxic person will eventually change. That they'll see our heart and finally appreciate us. Let that illusion die. Some people are not meant to understand you. Some people are not capable of respect, love, or empathy. And the longer you try to prove your worth to them, the more you bleed energy into a black hole. Instead, withdraw. Not with bitterness, but with clarity. Not because you hate them, but because you finally love yourself enough to stop leaking your light. A story to remember? A young disciple once came to his master and said, "I try to be kind and silent, but people still hurt me." The master replied, "Your silence is filled with pain. That is why they twist it into weakness. Fill your silence with clarity. Cut the cord that binds you to their approval." Weeks later, the disciple returned transformed. He had done the inner work. He no longer needed anything from those who disrespected him. And when he faced them again, he said nothing. But his energy spoke volumes. They retreated, not because he resisted, but because he no longer needed them. That is what I offer you. Not a defense mechanism, a spiritual rebirth, a withdrawal with dignity. Stop giving your energy away like loose change. Your time, your focus, your inner peace. These are not things to be negotiated. They are sacred. Withdraw not in anger, but in sovereignty. You owe no one your light. You owe no one your attention. You owe no one your peace. You were not born to be drained. You were born to rise. Every breath you take is a reminder. You belong to yourself first. Let every moment become a meditation. Let your stillness become your shield. Let your presence become your protection. Because when you walk into a room full of chaos and remain untouched, you become untouchable. From flame to sun. Toxic people see you as a candle they can blow out. But once you awaken, you become the sun. You no longer flicker, you blaze, you radiate. You don't beg to be seen. You are You do not need to explain your transformation. You do not need to justify your peace. Let your presence speak. Let your silence teach. The most powerful voice is often the one that doesn't need to speak at all. This is your superpower. In a world that's constantly trying to shake you, your ability to remain calm is your greatest strength. Not because life is perfect, but because you've stopped trying to control what's outside and have mastered what's within. Let people talk. Let them misunderstand. Let them provoke. Their chaos is not yours to carry. Once you anchor yourself in peace, nothing can unseat you. Toxic people will no longer affect you, not because they've changed, but because you have. You've stepped into a higher frequency, and on that frequency, they cannot breathe. Your peace is sacred. Let this be your vow. Never again allow someone else's darkness to dim your light. Let this be your awakening. You are the guardian of your energy. Let this be your rebirth. You are not here to survive toxic people. You are here to outgrow them. Now, breathe, stand tall, and remember who you are. A mountain of peace, sky of clarity, an ocean of stillness, a sun of unstoppable power. This is the one powerful shift, and it will silence toxic people forever.